Hey you guys, okay, so today we're going to do catalase testing. Okay, catalase testing, the reagent that is used for catalase testing is 3% hydrogen peroxide, which is H2O2, and if a bacteria secretes the enzyme catalase, it will break down the hydrogen peroxide, H2O2, into water and oxygen, which that's the oxygen being released is what causes the bubbling. It's a positive reaction to a catalase. So the Catalase test is used for a lot of different things, but the main one is to differentiate between Staphylococcus genus, because that's positive, and Streptococcus, which is negative. Both of them on a blood plate are whitish with a beta zone, and sometimes they're hard to differentiate just by looking at them. It will also differentiate Listeria, which is positive, from a Strep agalactiae, which is a group B strep. Both look extremely similar on the plate, and if you want a quick test before you do a gram stain for that one, you can do that, and if it's positive, then you know it's not Strep agalactiae. To differentiate between staph and strep, though, make sure you do a gram stain before you do the catalase and assume that it's staph or strep, because it might not be gram-positive cocci. Corynebacterium, which is a gram-positive rod, is also catalase positive and looks a great deal like Staph aureus. So if you have a Corynebacterium, you didn't do the gram stain, and you think it's a staph, and it's actually a gram-positive rod, you're starting incorrectly from the very beginning. So always make sure you gram stain first. Make sure it's a gram-positive cocci, and then go ahead and do the catalase. If it's catalase positive, it's in the Staphylococcus family or genus, and if it's negative, then you know it's in the Streptococcus genus. Okay, so the positive reaction is bubbles and the negative reaction is no bubbles. And so coming up here, we're going to see a video on exactly how to perform this test. Okay, so this is catalase. This is 3% hydrogen peroxide, and there's two ways to do a catalase test. The first way is if you get a sterile loop and you pick a colony and you smear that colony onto a slide and then get rid of your loop. You can put a drop of catalase on top of your colony and see if it boils. Bubbles, not boils, bubbles. And you can see it bubbling there. The second way you can do it is if you take a drop of catalase and put it onto a slide. Then what you do is you take a stick or a loop, whichever, and you grab a colony from your plate and you just put the stick right on top of the hydrogen peroxide, and you can see the bubbling around the stick. So that's two ways that you can do a catalase test. Thank you for watching.